Buenos dias, Gunnerz Collective TV. Back at it? You already know, like a torta with some bad habits. Bye up, bye up. Let's get right to the intro. Welcome back to Gunnerz Collective TV. And if you haven't hit that like and subscribe button yet, make sure that you do. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directed in the direction of the dope content that the gun stays kicking. And I appreciate the support. Gracias. Thank you very much. I'm humbled. So let's play the blame game. Come on, everybody. Play the telephone game, right? Let's play the blame game. Shout out X-Rated. That's a banger. Let's play the blame game. Gunner did it. Gunner's responsible. It's all Gunner's fault. Is Gunnerz Collective the reason why Dubs gets all the hate that he gets? Am I the reason why it didn't rain today? Am I the reason why fucking that dude, the booty bandit, likes booty? Am I the reason? Am I the reason why the Bulldogs left the Norteño movement? Am I the reason why the Southsiders got a little black Southsider right now going crazy out there? Am I the reason why Lefty Gunplay got caught with dope in his ass? I get the blame a lot. It's called the blame game, right? And on social media and YouTube, I've been getting the blame for years, man, for a lot of people's own bullshit. But I'm going to give you guys the real right now. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to really clear the air. I seen Dub's video yesterday. It's time to keep it 100% actual and factual and real and clear the air. Because I'm tired of people speaking for me. I can speak for myself. Respect to Dubs for the video he did. No doubt about it. That's my boy. That's my friend. That's my homeboy. That's my camarada, right? But at the end of the day, I'm going to go ahead and get some shit off my chest and speak my realities. The fact is, does Dubs get a lot of hatred because of me? Yes, that's the truth, man. He gets a lot of hate because of me. I remember back in the days when I used to watch Dub's channel when I first got put onto it just by scrolling. And it was about 8 years ago that I tapped in. I used to work at the shop every day on the shop floor, man, putting in that work, manual labor, ain't nothing like it. Really bringing home the bacon for the familia. And I used to throw my little earphone in and listen to the philosophies of Dubs, listen to what Dubs had to say. And I respected him. Didn't know him, never met him, but respected the lifestyle he lived and respected the fact that he was able to claw his way up out of the abyss. For that and that only right there, he had gained my total respect. Now, I did a video just like he said in his, and I implore you guys to go watch his video because everything he spoke on was facts, but I'm going to elaborate and give it to you from my perspective, some real shit, right? Because there's a lot of hate going on, a lot of people that don't know, and I get blamed. There was a lot of people tapping into Dubs. It was all love. I remember, man, that dude American Cholo used to have love for Dubs. That dude Haters World used to pop into the lives, show Dubs support. Several others that no longer do did. I myself was one of those people that tapped in, showed some support, showed some love because I respected him as being a lifer in prison that was able to get away from the shenanigans and the bullshit. I was like, wow, man, this guy, to some who lived a life, youngsters especially, this is a role model. This is someone you want to role model after or look at and be like, hey, if he could do it, maybe I can. Maybe I don't have to be scared to let the big homies or the homies know, man, that I want something different in my life, right? Because obviously he wasn't. So when me and Dubs first started having interaction, it was all love in the beginning, right? Everybody was tapping in. We were making money on our lives. People were showing support. Then the hate started to follow Dubs, and it started to follow him now even more so than it does me. You got to understand, at the time, I was hanging out with a few characters, not all, but some very unsavory characters that I wasn't aware of their past. And, everybody's past can catch up to you, and it will. That's karma. That's the energy the world puts out. And especially when they're on social media, there ain't shit you can hide. You better be a real motherfucker with a righteous resume on social media because there's going to be those people that are going to investigate the dog shit out of you. not because they don't like you or because they support you, but because they're very inquisitive and they just want to know who you are. You know, when you come onto YouTube and you talk about you're a shot caller or you're a high power motherfucker, you've been here, you've been there, there's going to be those that are there to try to expose that. They want to see if you really are who you say you are, or if you're really not. That's why when I first started my YouTube channel, I never tried to convince anybody that I was an active gang member or that I was pushing a certain narrative. My thing has always been, I'm Gunner. I'm going to tell you what I want to tell you. I'm going to make you laugh. I'm going to make you cry. I'm going to make some smile. I'm going to make the girls go wild. I'm going to do what I do. Now, some people misconstrue that as this dude's a J-Cat. This dude's a lame. This dude's weak. He's a piece of shit because he's not an active gang member. Hey, there's a whole bunch of people that could sleep comfortable tonight with the thoughts that I am not active, because when I was a dangerous person to be around. I was self-destructive. I was destructive to my barrio, my homies, my family. Everyone around me didn't want to be around me. Now, there's those that I want to be around, that I love, that they want to be around me. And then there's those that don't want to be around me because I'm not that gangster that they didn't want to be around when I was. It makes no sense, but it makes a lot of sense if you read between the lines. The fact is this: I never try to portray something I've never been, or that I'm not. You know, I was at one point in time an active gang member. I was at one point in time living that lifestyle, but I don't anymore. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to tell stories and speak on my past, my extracurriculars, and what I've done. That's just how it is, man. I'm a content creator on YouTube, and I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. But at the end of the day, there's some things I will not elaborate or touch on that maybe I did in the past. So I'm not going to be a hypocrite. You know, when I first started, I didn't know about the YouTube game. So there was things that I was saying that I shouldn't have said. Once I learned the game, I took a step back with due respect and said, you know what? I'm not going to be talking about these things because these things don't involve me. And at the end of the day, if they're detrimental to someone else's time in prison, or they're detrimental to someone getting time in prison, I don't want to be the reason. I do not want to be the reason. But anyways, I started to develop a lot of haters. And I will say this, just like people say, and it's a fact, that Dubs gets a lot of hate for his association with me, whether it's because I'm from Northern California, because there's a lot of little young haters from the southern side, not the other side, that hate on Dubs because he fucks with me, and they still consider me a norteño even though I'm not. Then there are those that hate me because I'm a non-active gang member. So because they consider me, in so many words, a dropout, what are you doing, Dubs, associated with this dude? It makes you look bad, homie. It makes you look bad. He's a grown man. We're not pushing the gang narrative. I'm not pushing north. He's not pushing south. We're not pushing brown. We're not pushing black. We're pushing our content, and we're pushing our realisms and our stories. So let's get that right off the box. Here's another thing. Yes, Dubs gets a lot of hate for his association with me, but I also get a lot of hate for my association with him. See, it all stems from me in the beginning. In the beginning, there was the Word, the world, and the world had no form, right? It's like the Bible. And I'm not comparing myself to the Bible, but it's very similar. In the beginning, there was Gunnerz Collective. And people didn't know who I was. And a lot of people tapped in, and thank God to the algorithm of YouTube, they pushed my fucking videos, and I became a household name in some households, right? I've never been the one to say, oh, I'm a big star, I'm a YouTube sensation, or I'm this. Other people said that. I didn't have to. I let my words speak for themselves and let my videos and my content do its thing. And I continue to do that every day. Those that know. But I was associated with a group, some guys that most of them were either past norteños or they still had beliefs. And I helped them. I helped them build their channels, not create their channels. I never helped no one create a channel. You do that on your own. But I did help. See, that was a big word for me. I've always been like that. Even though I'll tear you down as quick as I'll build you up, my whole thing was to help. You know, I thought, hey, if I could do it, anyone can. And when people didn't get the same results or reactions to their channels, they started to build a lot of animosity and hatred towards me. And it was all on the unders. The same people I was associating and affiliated with were talking behind my back. Not all of them, but some of them. And I'll let you guys figure out who it was. But a lot of the hatred I got when I started associating with Dubs, because I was already getting the hate. Let's not get it twisted, man. It all stems back. I remember the first day I got hated on YouTube was the AWAC situation. If you guys recall, those that have been watching me for a long time, there's a rapper out of Northern California, AWACS. He's a sangre, a blood, but he associates real tough with the homies. the Northerners, right? A lot of people consider AWACS a Norteño, maybe by proxy because he's always with the Northerners, but he is a sangre. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. He was doing a live. I was not on his live. I didn't even watch him, didn't even know really what lives were back then. Knew how to get on and just talk, but didn't know the details and intricacies of the bullshit, right? Anyways, he's on a live, and there was a group of haters back then that hated the prison genre. So their whole thing was tearing us down. In fact, they used to go in my DMs and say, hey, we're not gonna stop till we get you off YouTube. We're not gonna stop till we tear your channel up, till we slander or hate on you or whatever. And I said, I don't give a fuck. Do what you got to do, man. I'm gonna do me, you do you. So they went on AWACS's live and they started calling him the N-word and they started disrespecting him. But they cloned my channel. Basically, they used my thumbnail and put Gunnerz Collective and made it like it was me, and I wasn't me, right? And so, of course, he's on the live. He's reading it, so he starts disrespecting me because he doesn't know better either. So he's like, fuck Gunnerz Collective. Fuck you, fool, woo, woo, back and forth. People run to my channel, those same haters. Oh, AWACS is disrespecting you. And then there was some back and forth there without knowing this, where this situation stemmed from. I realized it and was like, man, I don't have no hate towards this dude. I never disrespected him, but whatever. If dudes don't like me, they don't like me anyways. Yeah, I'm non-active. Yeah, I'm not a Norteño anymore, and I don't push that cause. But I respect it, and I respect those that still do it. And that's it, because I respect men for being men, not about what they believe in or where they're from. But as long as they keep it respectful with other people, then I can keep it respectful with them. I ain't mad. I'm not disgruntled. I don't hate the fact that I'm no longer a gang member. In fact, I embrace it. That's real. So that's where the hate initially started from. Then all these haters started springing up out of nowhere, right? And a lot of the dudes from the northern side, I would get so many DMs. They hated the fact that I was dealing with Dubs, who they considered a Southerner or a Southsider, because of his past affiliations, because of where he's from, Santa Ruta, because I showed love to the 805, because I showed love to LA. If you guys remember, one of my first biggest videos was Southsiders, it was called. And I shouted out a lot of barrios, and I talked about dudes I did time with that I had respect for. And that was just me being me and showing respect, you know, for the foundation that was put forth and set in Southern California. And it blew everyone's mind that a dude from Northern California, who they still considered a Norteño, right? Even though I wasn't pushing that, can show that much love to the South Side. So yes, I got a lot of hate. And my own crew, the people I had around me behind the scenes, started to get upset when me and Dub started to go live together, make money, make power moves, wearing shower shoes, and doing whatever we were doing. And so they were like, why are you fucking with him, bro? He's from Southern California. You should be showing the homies love. You should be showing this and that and this and that. And I was like, what are you talking about? Oh, you'll smile in his face, but then tell me this behind the scenes. Nah, he's a good, solid dude, bro. I don't care about he's from Southern California. I've always showed Sureños, Southsiders, and all that respect. How could you not been an active Norteño and not respect the other side? They were the adversary. If I don't respect you as the adversary or the opposition, then I'm not even going to speak on you. And I don't give a fuck, right? Because you are not even in the conversation because you're not relevant to me. But I know the Southerners, when I'm from Northern California, were about the business and they were putting in their work, and I respect them. And I respect them even more so because a lot of the things that I believed in, they were doing. So I'll say this, that hurt people's hearts. And for that, I started to get hated on tremendously. And then Dubs, because I was getting so much hate, he could have easily walked away. He could have easily said, you know what, man, I'm cool, bro. You know, there's too much drama. And it's fucked up to be sitting here, man, in my studio doing my thing right here in my fucking little studio I have at my place. And I get hatred from people I've never met, never interacted with, never had a conversation, don't really know who I am, don't know my family, don't know my friends, don't know my circle, don't know my kids, yet they mention my children, they mention my family, they mention my upbringing, they question my character, you know, and I don't know how many times real ones have came on here and said over and over again, like, yeah, man, I met Gunner, man, he's a good dude, or he would never acted like this. You know, I get it. I get the whole JCAT shit. You think I'm a JCAT. That's cool. That's cool. It works, right? It works on YouTube because I got 145,000 subscribers. So whatever I've done or said up until this point has worked. Now, I'm not faking it to make it. I'm not being nothing. I'm just expressing myself, and I'm not scared to be me. But at the end of the day, I could be the old me. And the old me wasn't embraced by no one. The same homeboys that, oh, yeah, were the ones telling on me, were the ones that didn't want me around, were the ones that were scared their old lady was looking at my big ass pipa. That's the truth. Facts. This is why I get hated on. It's jealousy and it's envy. And by proxy, Dubs gets that same hatred. Okay. If you guys remember a while back, a lot of people turned their back on me and I became the villain of YouTube in the prison genre. Oh, Gunner, man, Gunner's this and Gunner's that and Gunner's this. You got dudes say, no, Gunner hacked my channel, shut it down. No. So I hack your channel, yet all these other bigger fucking platforms and channels that talk shit about me, I just let them just keep on doing it. First of all, I'm not fucking God. I'm not Captain America. I'm not Captain Mexico. I'm not Cesar Hernandez. I'm not running. I'm not any of that. What I am is a grown man that's going to be accountable for his past discretions and his actions, and moving forward, the same thing, which case in point brings me to this. The other night we had a live, and there was a villain, I guess he considers himself a villain from the past, who is really infatuated with me. I'm going to be honest with you. For what reason, I don't know, man. From the beginning, I didn't know why he had this animosity built up towards me. I think it was, he fell for the okie doke. A lot of people got in his mind and fucked him over. They mind fucked him, right? One person in particular just boned the shit out of his mind, just boned him over and over again in his mind. They boned him in his mind like Wes Watson stick shit in his asshole, like just over and over again, repeatedly. And because he got rammed, they rammed it into his head that it was me behind whatever. And so this dude made questionable fucking content about me. He talked about teleporting into my room and watching me do fucking weird shit. It was weird, right? And his wife got a hold of me, unfortunately, man, because she wanted to calm the tension, and she was cool people. And so for this, I'm going to say this. He gets on and immediately starts to disrespect myself in Dubs. And now he goes in more on Dubs than he does myself. After I've read conversations, you know, things that Dubs showed me that where he was like, bro, it's Gunner I have issues with. It's not you. I would never disrespect you. He was playing the Southern shit too. You're from Southern California, all that shit, right? Whatever, right? Dubs stood strong, man. We stood friends. It was cool. And immediately this guy started to realize that I'm not paying attention to what he's got going on. And he starts going in on Dubs and disrespecting Dubs, going back on his word as a man. And, you know, to each their own. Not everyone's the same. Not everyone's built for tough. Some are just Chevys that like to lowride a little bit under the radar. But for whatever reason, he was talking shit about on his live. We had a little buzz. We're drinking, just doing our thing, having a good time with the gente. We decided to bring him on, give him the opportunity. I wasn't going to say anything. I was going to let Dubs question him on why he's disrespecting him. And immediately this guy comes in, comadre is disrespecting us right from the gate. He was already on the live calling Dubs all kinds of bitches and punks and me and how I don't take care of my children or whatever. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. I have all this, but my kid has nothing. You know, guess what, bro? I got 4 daughters and they're blessed. And I'll just say, I'll leave it at that. But it's cool. To each their own. And, you know, I can go into some past shit and get real tricky and icky and say some bad things, but I'm not. Anyways, when Dubs asked him, why are you doing this? And he said, Dubs asked him, why are you calling me this and calling me that, bro? And he said, oh, because you are. Because you hang around with him, right? Questioning a guy's character that he's never even met before. Another guy, right? After he's already expressed to a man how he got no issues with him. It's whatever. But I joined into that conversation. I jumped in and I said the thing that I knew would hurt this individual the most, and I disrespected his wife. I did that. Me. Right? And for that, I want to express, I'm sorry. I should have never done that. Not because people said anything. No one's even said anything. No one's even hated on it. Because this dude's disrespect my kids, my family, everything over and over and over and over again, right? But I shouldn't have did that. She's a good woman. And plus I put her in danger because, you know, there's been instances in the past where this dude allegedly put hands on her. So I don't want to get her in that situation. So I told a fib. I told a little lie to get him fucked up, right? I was like, yeah, your old lady be texting me and shit. I just wanted to hurt his heart. And he got all concerned. Show me the texts. Show me the texts. And I could see the fucking wily-eyed coyote in his face. And I was like, whoa. I better calm that down. Anyways, he's just another guy in the long list of irrelevant people that hate on myself and Dubs. And I just wanted to come on here and say to his wife, not to him, man, I didn't mean to involve you, girl. I shouldn't have. And I'm going to leave it at that. Family's off limits. It just gets me upset when he's on his live talking about my children and talking about stuff. And then plays the victim role. Like, why are you talking about my wife? Well, you know, hey, look, we're going to leave it like that. But as far as people trying to create friction between me and Dubs, we're friends. We're friends outside of YouTube. This YouTube shit ain't that serious. It's content creation. You watch it or you fucking don't watch it. A lot of people watch it for the drama and the bullshit. I'm not trying to be with the bullshit and the drama. I've changed my tactics and my ways that I do these YouTube videos. To be honest with you, sometimes I sit back and I contemplate, why am I even doing this anymore? You know, the money is good. It's decent. I'm not going to complain about it. You know, services rendered is what it's called. I'm going to put something out there. I'm going to get paid. I'm not utilizing the ras. I'm not begging people for money. If anything, man, if you really tap into myself and Dub's channels, you'll see, man, we help a lot of people. We try to do the most. We help people behind the scenes, whether it's by a PlayStation, whether it's a computer, whether it's a laptop that I send them, whether it's a microphone that I send them, whether it's raising money for their GoFundMes or promoting their GoFundMes or raising money for them because they're on the streets. We've done a lot of that. And can you name a number of channels that have done that? I can't name very many. I know American Cholo goes out there and hands out turkeys and does his thing. I respect it. I know Swifty Blue hands out fucking food and does his thing, and several other people. But there's not a lot of dudes that do it. And if they do it, I respect the fact that they don't put it on blast because they're not trying to gain any clout from it. And we're not trying to do that at the same time. We're just trying to use our platforms to help people and to motivate more people helping. We're going to continue to get the hate. Yes, Dubs gets a lot of hate for fucking with me. Yes. But that's not going to stop what we're doing, just like he said in his video. And I encourage you, like I said, to go watch his video so you can get some real game. The people that hate are irrelevant. Okay? We can't change your mind. You don't like us, you don't like us. If you don't like me, you don't like me. You know, Dubs does a video the other day on Renegade Media, right? And he expressed his feelings, and I did my own. And it's not that, oh, you got to do everything. You got to back Dubs play. You got to do everything you do. He's a grown man. He can handle his own business. Just like when I was handling my business with Whack 100 and Dubs just stood silent. He got hate for that. But he just took a step back like, Gun got this. Just like the other night, I thought he had it, right? He had it. Dubs had it. And I infused myself into the situation because I got upset because of the way he was talking shit about my boy. I get like that. That's the type of person I am. I'm like, fuck that. Let's fight. You know what I mean? Fuck that, homie. Let's party, right? Let's get it. That's been my attitude. That's my old attitude. And I let that come to the surface. And for that, I'm sorry to the people that had to see me react that way. But it is what it is. It might happen again. One never knows, does one? I just know this, man. Is it true? Is it the blame game? Does Dubs get a lot of hate for fucking with me? He does. He does. And sometimes I feel, and if you remember a while back, I distanced myself from everyone, Dubs included, not as a friend, but as a content creator, because I was tired of my baggage and the people that were going in on me. It's spilling over to his shit. I want to see his channel prosper. I want to see him come up. Just like I did with Renegade Media. I wanted to see him come up. He did. Just like I wanted to see a lot of other channels come up. They did. No one can deny the fact that I helped. No one can deny the fact that there's content creators right now that I just got off the phone with yesterday that I help. I try to give them game. You know, I'm not tearing people down. I'm building people up. You know, I just get a lot of hatred because for some reason, the algorithm, YouTube or whatever, they see something in me and they keep pushing my narrative in my channel. Look, bro, I don't want to be the top of the mountain. I don't want to be the fucking YouTube superstar. I don't want the clout or the notoriety it gives you. All I want to be is a man taking care of his children, a father doing my thing and be around so I can see my kids. That's it. I appreciate all the support I get. Anyway, so to clear the air, yes, Dubs, a lot of the hate he gets is because of me. But there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes where people feel a certain way about him, but never voiced their opinion in the past. Now, all of a sudden, they utilize me as a scapegoat. Oh, we can't fuck with you because you're fucking with that PC case. First of all, I ain't no fucking PC case. PC where? PC where? Right? You were on the 50-50, or so was your camarada. So was your homeboy. So was fucking Crip Mac. So was all these other guys, right? Yeah, so what, man? I was on a 50-50 yard. Hey, there was a 50-50 chance I'll sock in your mouth if you act stupid. I'll say this right now, man. I don't consider myself a protective custody guy. They're going to put me wherever they put me. Look, I'm not the type to volunteer to ask them, here, place me there or place me there. If I go to jail, place me wherever you place me, and whatever happens, well, hey, replace it. That's just it. So, yes, Dubs will continue to get hate, I'm sure. But again, we can't convince these guys otherwise. We're going to keep doing us. We're going to keep doing what we do. And like I said, Dubs is my friend before this content creation. That shit ain't never going to stop. So you guys can bump the baking soda breath all over the door, all the rah-rah shit, and blame me for everything. And guess what, eh? I'm strong enough to accept that blame because I'm the gun. Bang, bang.